Hello everyone, welcome to yet another video of home automation projects. Today I'll be trying to automate my fireplace using this device right here. This is a Romotech Z-Wave relay. It's a dry contact. So as you guys can see, I got this off of eBay. It's just $35. It actually went up. The first time I looked at it, it was like 30, but now it went up to 35. But as you can see, it has 6 contacts here, and that's the power button. And then I went ahead and just got me this junction box. It's really not required, but I like to have some type of isolation from the rest of the components that I have on my fireplace. So I just bought this to put this relay in it, just to avoid any type of fire or shorting or anything. And then I also have this power cord here. It's just a regular computer or whatever equipment you have, power plug with 3 wires in it. I have a hot, a neutral, and a ground wire. As you guys can see, the neutral is always a white wire, and the hot or line is always a black one on the 3-prong power cord. So I just made this. I just grabbed this off of one of my old equipment in there, just to use this for this project. And then I also have my regular Phillips head screwdriver here, and always my grabber that goes with me with every single project I'm doing. I always have that. And then I have this screws here. So let's go ahead and see what we got under this fireplace. So as you guys can see, this is my fireplace. It has a protective covering here. I'm gonna pop out. It's just a simple lift and pull. It's nothing that complex to get it out. So let's look underneath this fireplace, and I'll show you guys all the different components that I have under here. Let's move this camera around a little bit. So as you guys can see, this is what my fireplace looks like. I'm pretty sure most of you have the same setup. That is my relay here, and then you see where I have the power coming from. Mine is pretty well set up. I don't know about you guys, but I do have 3 extra outlets here that I can use to power my relay. And that is actually cool, because I know some people had a lot of difficulty finding power to power this device. So this right here is my switch. That's actually what is controlling the fireplace right now with the wall switch. This is what I'm gonna be pretty much putting in series with the relay I have. That's my gas shutter valve. So as you guys can see, this is the cables, the wires I'm going to be playing with. There's one end of it that comes from the wall switch, and there's the other end that goes straight into that device I just showed you guys previously. So if you guys can see all the way in the back, that is a cable that routes all the way back to this switch up here. That's my wall switch. So I'm not going to be messing with this switch. I'll just leave it right in place, because I still need it for some type of a fail-safe, just in case things don't go the way I want it. I can always have my wall switch to control my fireplace. So here, let's look into this. So this is a cable. This is let me pull this out real quick. This is a pretty tight spot to work in, guys. I have only so much room to move things around, so just bear with me as I try to get a perfect shot or a good shot here to show you guys exactly what I'll be doing. So as you can see, this is where I'm going to be cutting this wire into 2 and placing that relay right in the middle. So without much being said, let's go ahead and start. So this is a wire I pulled out, and I'm going to start the process right now. So I'm gonna it's my relay, put it to the side. I'm gonna pull out my grabber here. I'm gonna cut this wire. it's a pretty easy setup, guys. It's not really something that you um, have to watch, an extensive amount of videos to be able to do, or to read any type of crazy manual to do it. It's pretty straightforward. So I'm gonna put my grabber here. Um, now you guys should understand that you can also use a cable tool here to pull it out, but I decided to go the long way. So now I have the cable, the wires ready. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in my junction box. So I have 3 holes here that I prepped for this. I'm gonna try to separate it. I mean, really, guys, you don't have to do this, but I'm kind of a safety freak. I just kind of take extra precaution with everything I do, because you never know. Leaving the relay with the exposed contacts like that might actually create some troubles that you really don't want. So I'm gonna separate these cables here. I'm gonna start with the connections. So remember, this side of the cable, this is the cable that goes up to the wall switch, right? So if you look on your relay here, you see a contact symbol or sign or whatever you want to call it. That is where the side of the cable that is going to the wall switch should be connected. So that should be the first 2. Now it doesn't really matter which cable goes where, as long as you have both of them in each of the contacts, you should be just fine. So let's go ahead and connect this up. Like I said, I'm using my grabber here. It's what I feel comfortable with, but honestly, because I didn't have a smaller flathead screwdriver available before I started this project. But if this is something you guys are trying to experiment for your first time, I strongly recommend that you get you a small flathead screwdriver. That will make things a lot more easier for you. But if you don't have any extra cash to spend on anything else like that, this will work just fine. So let me go ahead and get these 2 contacts in, and then we'll move over to the next 2 wires, and that will be the wires that is coming directly from the fireplace switch box, which is what actually turns the fireplace, produces the heat or the sparks that ignites the gas coming from the gas line. So I'm going to go ahead and connect this up as well, get it prepped here, and get it hooked up. Really, guys, this thing doesn't really require any type of extensive type of research, or manuals or anything like that. As long as you follow these steps right here, you should be just fine, because I went through trying to go through everything here while documenting it to you guys, so you can actually see that this thing works. It's not like it's something that you hear someone talk about and not quite sure. I promise you this works just fine. So I get this 2-second wires hooked up here. So remember, where you see the load, the 2 load contacts, that is the contacts that is going to the switch, right, to your fireplace switch. Where you have the symbol of a contact itself, that's the 2 wires that are coming from your wall switch that you flip, your toggle switch that you flip to turn your fireplace on. If you get this interchange, it's not gonna work, guys. So you actually have to follow these steps. Having a little bit of a technical difficulty here, because I decided to go with a grabber instead of a flathead screwdriver, but well, I'll make it work. So get that wire tight inside. Yep. Give it a little tug. Make sure it's well secured inside. I'm gonna go ahead and give all of them one more tight just to feel, make sure everything is well secured in there, because I don't want any wires popping out after I have everything secured in the box. I'm gonna give it one last tug. Yep, everything looks well secured in there. So now I'm gonna move to my power cord. So remember, I told you guys a white wire is always neutral with these power cords, and the black one is the line or the load. So I'm gonna get this thing prepped here. Black line, load, always black cable. White, always neutral. Now remember guys, the reason why I'm trying to show you guys everything step by step and trying as less as possible to fast forward anything, I'm trying to show you guys that these little difficulties that I'm facing is normal. You know, if you guys are trying to get this thing done, know that there's gonna be some type of little things that will kind of slow you down, but it's just the way it is. And also remember that you don't need any type of special technical background or any type of prior knowledge in electricity. Obviously that will help you out, but it's really not required to do something like this. It's a simply plug and play process. This wire is here trying to give me a hard time. I'm gonna try to get this situated inside. There we go. Finally it's in there. Alright, I'm gonna tighten this up. Yeah, this garber is seriously not the best choice to use for this, but hey, that's what I got. I'm gonna make it work. So let's tighten this up real well, because this is important. You have heavy voltage coming in through these wires here, so you want to make sure it's well secure. So everything looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and sit it back in the box. As you guys can see, with this junction box, it makes everything looks pretty much presentable and safe in a certain sense, if you want to see it that way. I definitely see it that way, because now I have all the wires separated, and I have all three of them coming in through three different ports here. So I'm gonna go ahead and power up my relay and move on to the next step, which is trying to pair it. So I'm gonna go underneath here, guys. This is a really tight space to work with, so I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in here, get it in place. Yep, I got it in there. Not yet. Try to squeeze my hand through here. Yep, it looks like it's in. Yep, looks like it's in there. So try to move the wires around, because you want to make sure you don't get anything kinked. You want to make sure everything is well nicely secured in here. Leave any wires hanging outside and create any type of dangerous scene. cause any type of electrocution or no. So still, yeah, trying to move these wires around. Yeah, so also something that I could have done was to edit this whole part out, but I want this to be as realistic as possible, right? I need you guys to see um, the entire process, right? So now I have the relay secured in the box. I have my gas valve right there, right next to it. As you guys can see, everything is neat. You know, it's like there's nothing in there, like nothing. I didn't add anything. Now I'm gonna go back up to my security panel, and we're gonna try to add this Z-Wave device. So I'm gonna go back to my menu. I'll go to my devices. Now this is a Honeywell Linux security panel. I don't know, I think most of you guys have this in your homes, but if you don't, it's a pretty good system to use. So I'm going to go to inclusion mode here. As you can see, that's where you can add. So as you guys can see, it's in inclusion mode now. There are 0 devices included. I'm going to go back to my relay now and hit the power button on, just so my security panel can be able to see it. So flip this switch out. I'm going to hit the power button. As you can see, you have the blue flashing light here. I'm going to go back up to my security panel. You guys can see I have 1 device included. Right, so I'm going to go back again to devices, check all devices, and boom, there it is. Device 1. That is my both my thermostats, one upstairs and one downstairs. And then this is the third Z-Wave device I'm adding to this panel, which is my Fireplace. So as you guys can see, it has the icon of a switch, because it's really a switch that flips on and off. So if you flip it on, the Fireplace turns on. You flip it off, it turns back off. So now that I have everything situated, I'm gonna go ahead and cover this up. A nice little box here. If you were to open up this Fireplace and see this box, you will never know what is going on under here. That's one of the main reasons why I bought this box, junction box, just to, you know, make everything look neat and very well presentable. So now I have everything covered. I'm gonna go ahead and sit it here. That is a perfect spot for it. Make sure everything is well seated. Make sure there are no wires getting pinched somewhere that might create a short. Move the wires around. So now everything is good. I'm gonna go ahead and cover up my Fireplace, and there you have it, guys. As you can see, it's a pretty straightforward process. It's not really anything that I should stress out. Now I'm gonna test my wall switch, which I have it as a fail-safe, and make sure everything works. So I flip it on. I'm gonna watch my Fireplace. Gotta give it a minute for the heating element to heat up to a sufficient temperature before the gas can start flowing. So there you go. Fireplace turns on. I'm gonna flip my switch back off. Here, flip it back off. Make sure the Fireplace turns off. It turns off. Turns off here, so you guys can see everything is looking good. So I'm gonna go back to my security panel, and I'm gonna show you guys how this thing is working with on my panel, and then we're gonna move on to the app. So I go to devices, all devices. That's my switch. I turn it on. I'm gonna flip the camera back to the fireplace, and you can see it turns on. Flip the switch again, it turns off. Alright, as you can see, I don't need to be at my fireplace to turn it on. Isn't this is the whole reason why we're doing this, guys, to have this comfort, to be able to use either an app or to, you know, give a voice command to Alexa to be able to turn your fireplace on if you are sitting in the living room with your family, you know, trying to watch a movie and everyone is already seated and you just want to set the scene for, you know, movie mode scene. You can simply just give a voice command and have everything ready, up and running for you. So I hope you guys see all the steps I went through, and I hope you liked it. So next thing is I'm gonna change the device name, just so I can, once I start to discover the devices, I know exactly what it is. I'm not just device one. So there you have it, guys. It's that easy to be able to automate your fireplace. Now I have a couple other projects that I've already run through. I did make a first video on replacing all my toggle switches with smart switches in my home, and I also had some security cameras installed around my home, including indoors. And there certainly will be a lot more projects coming up, and I will be sure to document it and show you guys how easy it is to make this happen. Thanks for watching.